What's going on, guys? Entity here with a Pokemon XY&Z theory video. Everyone is questioning what's going to happen after the Kalos League, and well, I have a theory which is split into two possibilities. One starting off with Ash winning the Kalos League or Alola winning the Kalos League. I know there are many people out there who are saying Ash will win because of the title Kalos League victory, but if I could mean either of them, until we get a summary it's impossible to work out who could win, as they are both really strong trainers. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's start off with if Ash wins the Kalos League. And remember, this is my theory, you can share yours down below as well. After Ash wins the Kalos League, Alola is shown to be shocked at first but snaps out of it and walks to Ash, shaking him, congratulating him on winning the Kalos League, while everyone cheers in the background. Alola leaves the stadium extremely distressed because he knows Lysander won't be happy at all that he lost to a trainer who doesn't even have Mega Evolution. Although Lysander has took note of Ash Greninja form, he finds it nothing as strong as Mega Evolution. Alola finally confronts Lysander and Lysander asks for Alola's Keystones back because he lost and can no longer show his face ever again to Lysander. However, Lysander still questions how Alola managed to defeat Malva, a member of the Elite Four, but couldn't defeat Ash. Alola meanwhile goes to Marin and shows to be sad that they have to leave the labs, while Chessman is still not feeling well at all, which could possibly mean it's death. But if they don't leave, they would have to face the consequences. Marin is confused to everything and has no idea what to think but shows tears. Meanwhile, Ash receives his Kalos League trophy from Diantha and she congratulates him, saying that he can enter the Champions League, which is the Elite Four, to possibly become the new champion. Out of nowhere, Team Flare attacks Lumirise City with their plan, which I don't know what it is at the moment, only time can soon tell, but possibly that machine which shows life growing from Mega Evolution energy. And I don't think the ultimate weapon from the XY games will be involved in the story at all. Anyways, and all that is left is to get Squishy, to get that 100% Zygarde form. Team Flare finally finds Bonnie and manages to get Squishy once and for all, and then Zygarde transforms into Zygarde 100% form and attacks all of Lumirise City, backfiring Team Flare's plan as they can't control Zygarde. However, Lysander, obsessed with the power and wanting a new beautiful world just like in the games, refuses to stop, but Alola steps up and challenges Lysander to a battle to stop his madness. After seeing all the destruction and going against what Lysander told him what Team Flare's plans was, basically using him, but overall finally joining Ash's side, and Ash pitches in to help the battle against Lysander. Meanwhile, Bonnie is left distressed as she sees her Squishy destroying all of Kalos and tries to befriend it once again so it remembers her, but fails many of times, so Clement getting Bonnie out of the way, saying it's useless. Where's the champion, you may ask? She is currently faced against Malva, the Elite Four member and Team Flare admin, trying to persuade her that this is bad, as she is the only one who stuck with Lysander in the end. Malva refuses and battles Diantha, and both put on a fierce match. If this bit does not happen, Malva might be on the same side as Diantha. This is because I can't predict how a character would be in the anime. Ash and Alola win against Lysander and focus on stopping Zygarde, using their Pokemon to attack it. In the end, everyone manages to win against Team Flare and Zygarde finally calms down thanks to Bonnie's tears, and Zygarde releases itself into loads of Zygarde cores, the Squishy core going back to Bonnie, thanking it, talking to her as we've seen it talk before. It states it wants to get back home to Terminus Cave and leaves Bonnie once and for all, but thanking it for its care. Lumirise City overall is left in destruction and everyone promises to fix it. However, Malva, if she was with Lysander, gets arrested with him and sent to prison. If not, she is planning on fixing Lumirise City too. Diantha states to Ash that he can't challenge the Champions League until everything is fixed, and Ash understands this and plans on continue his travels in the Alola region. Or Diantha promises Ash can challenge them soon, and Ash does that. However, he loses and decides to have a fresh start in Alola, but if you're allowed to re-challenge the Elite Four, he might in the future. Either way of the Alola possibilities. For Amaros shipping, as I know some people might be wondering, this means Serena will probably tell Ash how she feels for him, as Ash will no longer be able to travel with her anymore and Serena wants to continue doing her showcases. And again, after that, I have no idea what will happen, but that's possibility one, people. Possibility 2. Alola wins the Kalos League. Ash is surprised he loses but is happy at the same time as his friend won, and he congratulates Alola for the victory. Diantha gives Alola the Kalos League trophy and congratulates him, saying that he can enter the Champions League, which is the Elite Four, to possibly become the new champion. Some may be wondering, but Alola defeated Malva before. All this means is that he has to beat her again along with the other 3 Elite Four members, and of course Diantha too, to become the champion. However, Alola does not want this yet, as he finally feels powerful and lived up to Lysander's expectations. Ash and Co wonder what they want to do next, and Ash learns about the Alola region, which motivates him to travel there and challenge their league. Clement is happy for Ash as he stayed so motivated, but Serena and Bonnie are left sad. Serena because her crush might possibly leave her and showcases may not be in the Alola region, and Bonnie because that means her journey is over and she'll be left bored once again. Meanwhile, while this is happening, Alola goes to Lysander Labs to talk about what's next. Lysander states that his work is done and that he's a really powerful trainer and wants him to act like a bodyguard for Lysander in his next project, which Alola agrees to. However, what comes up next is not what Alola expected. Team Flare attacks Lumirai City with their plan. See possibility 1 for notes about what I said with the plan. And all that is left is for Team Flare to find Squishy and take it once and for all, merging it with the other Psyguard cores, which creates the 100% Psyguard form. Lysander is overjoyed with his plan, finally getting his beautiful world which he desired. Although all Alola saw was destruction but couldn't go against Lysander's word as he was so powerful now, Ash and Co see all this and confront Lysander. Lysander orders Alola to battle against him. However, this time Ash wins once and for all, and Alola is left surprised, realizing that he isn't so strong after all as well. Ash persuades Alola to stop listening to Team Flare and join them to stop Psyguard destroying the city, and agrees, and then battles Lysander without thinking of his power of Psyguard, as Ash and Co and the champion are trying to calm it down, along with Bonnie screaming for Squishy to realize the destruction it is causing. Just like in Possibility 1, everyone manages to win against Team Flare, and Psyguard finally calms down thanks to Bonnie's tears, and Psyguard releases itself into loads of Psyguard cores, the Squishy core going back to Bonnie, thanking it, talking to her as well, as we've seen it talk before. It states that it wants to go back home to Terminus Cave and leaves Bonnie once and for all, but thanking it for its care. Alola meanwhile decides to head his own way, but stopped by Marin, who thanks him for saving the city, along with a chessman who is finally recovered, and they decide to travel together to a new area, also thanking Ash for the battles and for persuading to help the city. Ash, now having nowhere to go, finally makes his mind up and wants to travel to Alola. And for all you amorous shippers, Serena had no choice but to confess her feelings. And after that, again, I can't predict what will happen, but she might travel with Ash to Alola. If not, Ash will be by himself, saying goodbye to everyone in a teary end, with Clement possibly giving Bonnie more of a journey by taking her to another region, which is not Alola. And that's it everyone, that's my theory how the Pokemon XY&Z anime will end. And honestly, I used facts for all these things I stated, so I can only see Pokemon doing either one of those ways, and of course not exactly how I said it, but close to it. However, that doesn't mean that your theory can't be right too. You can share it below in the comments and I'm sure I'll love your theory too. But I think we all know what we want from the theory I want, which is possibility 1. Anyways, that's all I have to really say. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. It helps out a ton. Remember to comment your thoughts down below and subscribe for more Pokemon content. See you all later and stay tuned.